Jensen, they did know their neighbors. And as we said, on Friday, the jury heard from neighbors as well as an inmate who served time with Mark Jensen. Aaron Dillard's testimony could be the strongest evidence against Jensen yet, or maybe it's full of holes, depending on which side you believe. Correspondent Gene Casares joins us now live from Elkhorn, Wisconsin, with a look at the biggest moment from the trial Friday. Good morning, Gene.
Good morning, Lisa and Vinny. Welcome to a snowy Wisconsin. About 8 to 10 inches of snow last night.
Whoa.
But the testimony of, yes, a lot of snow. The testimony of Aaron Dillard is extremely important to prosecutors. He was an inmate just a few months ago in the Kenosha County Jail with Mark Jensen, and he testified on Friday of how he and Jensen almost immediately bonded, and here's why. He has a long history of convictions, we could say, in the home improvement fraud area and also worthless checks, but he's a construction worker. Mark Jensen opened a construction company once he was charged with murder, and he no longer could be a stockbroker. So he said that they bonded, and they immediately started talking. He immediately started talking about Edward Klug, that he was so concerned about this co-worker and what he had just testified to in a summer 07 hearing. But then Aaron Dillard testified that Mark Jensen described the very last moments of Julie Jensen's life, December 3rd, 1998.
She was still sleeping, but she was breathing better, and it wasn't so labored. It didn't seem like she was having as hard as a time breathing.
So what did he tell you that he did?
That's when he said he rolled her over and just sat on her back and pushed on her neck into the pillow.
Push what into the pillow?
Her face and neck.
And did he tell you what happened?
Said she died.
Now, here is what is so important about that particular part of Aaron Dillard's testimony. With all of the newspaper articles that were written, with all of the information that was out there, it was not public knowledge about the rolling over of Julie Jensen's body and the fact that the photos that were taken shortly after her death show her nose and mouth completely over to one side. I've seen those photos. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, the whole one half of her nose and her face like this, as if someone had pressed her into a pillow. So since that information was not made public, and since this is what Aaron Dillard testified that Mark Jensen said, could it be true? Now, on cross-examination, what was brought out by Craig Albee was, wait a minute. In April '99, the detective, when he interviewed Mark Jensen for hours, literally asked him, okay, you say you rolled her over, Mark. You said you did that to help save her life, but did you roll her over and then suffocate her? Because this is how her face was found in pictures after she died. Mark Jensen, of course, said no, but that had not become public. So Craig Albee said, did you read the deposition, the testimony of that interview from the detective from '99? Is that how you found this out? Of course, Aaron Dillard said no.
How would he read the deposition of a detective, Gene? The guy was in jail, wasn't he?
Right, but the only way I can think is that Mark Jensen would have had a stack of legal documents in his cell. We know that he had the transcript of testimony from Edward Klug because Aaron Dillard read that. So if he read that, could he have read the testimony from the detective?
Okay, so I guess that is possible. And I know that the defense had lots of fun with this witness, as they would with any jailhouse snitch, even putting up a sign, making a list, and getting him to agree that he's a liar, a con man, and a thief. Ouch.
Oh, it's amazing, and both sides will admit it is amazing. He's got convictions the length of your arm. They all deal with, well, he started in '93 when he wrote a bad check for a ski company, a little less than $1,000, because he wanted some skis, so he wrote a worthless check. Well, that started him off. In '99, he wrote a check for a little less than $500 to Walmart. Then in 2000, he started printing his own checks at home on the internet, convicted for that. Probably the most serious thing he did, I mean, there are many serious things he did, but to destroy lives, he contacted people in Lithuania, even went to Lithuania, and told people he could issue them visas. Now, the people knew they were illegal visas, but they still paid him thousands of dollars, sometimes their whole life fortunes, for him to get visas for them. Never came through with the visas, but got a lot of money. I think one of the most endearing or emotional things that he did to people in this country was home improvement fraud. He would get down payments from people to do home improvements, would not do them, and then the law caught up with him, of course. But on his behalf, I have to tell you that he said that his last stint in prison was very eye-opening, that his mother died when he was in there. He could not say goodbye. He almost lost his wife, and that he is trying to be a good man, that a bad man can be a good man. He's testified, you just have to find yourself and understand yourself.
Wow. Wow. Well, that sounds like an interesting guy, but I mean, Vinny, as much as he's a liar, a thief, and a con man, and I'm going to discount anything he has to say, how does he know so much about the suffocation and the way in which Julie Jensen was found? I mean, that's the key point. Even a liar and a thief and a con man can be right.